Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Srila Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gurudev Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurmidam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupakata Mahyam Tadanti Swapatandikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutamata Kamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishata Ginamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpade Gopesha Gopika Kanda Radha Kanda Namosude Tapta Kanjana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sudhe Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhesha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimade Bhaktivedanta Swamini Dinamini Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatya Deshdarini Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktarinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna everyone. Co-host, my screen is clear, no patches like yesterday.
Yes, Mataji, it's clear.
It's clear, right?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. So yesterday, okay. So did anyone learn yesterday's homework? 4th chapter, 7th sloka, 8th sloka, 9th sloka, except Barka. You can raise your hand. Any sloka, 4.7, 8, 9, 4.34, all these are. Yes, Varsha, which sloka, chant?
4.7, I learned. Shall I say?
Chant.
Yada yada hi dharmasya glanirбhavati bharata apyutthanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijamyaham.
Very nice. Okay, Radha Mataji, which one you know? Can't hear you.
Hare Krishna. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanirбhavati bharata abhyutthanam dharmasya tadatmanam srijamyaham paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma sansthapanarthaye sambhavami yuge yuge. That's all.
Janma karma cha mai divyam? Okay, you learned that.
A little bit.
Okay, nice. Parthu? Yeah, which one?
Yada yada hi dharmasya glanirбhavati bharata abhyuttanam dharmasya tadatmanam srijamyaham paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya nachustutam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge janma karma cha me divyam yevam yot veti tatvatah tyakta deham punarjanma naiti mam eti sorjuna.
Very nice. Super. Okay, there's one more person.
यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ज्ञानिर्भवति भारत अभ्युत्थानमधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम्.
Great. Very nice. Okay, so all of you learned the reasons why the Lord appeared, right? So whenever there is decline in the religious principle, to protect the devotees, to destroy the demons, and to establish dharma, he comes. He comes, but are we qualified to see him? The Brahma Samhita says, प्रेमाञ्जनचुरित भक्ति विलोचनेन सन्त सतैव हृदयेषु विलोकयन्ति यं श्याम सुन्दर अचिन्त्य गुणस्वरूपं गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि. What is the qualification to see the Lord? Premanjanachari. See, I've put kajal, right? All of us put kajals. So this kajal is just one material kajal. But there is a kajal called ointment of love. Okay, this ointment of love. If you put that ointment of love, then you see God. Otherwise, it's not possible. So it's not possible to see Him. Other Sri Krishna Nama Dina Bhaved Grahyam Indriyam Jihvado Swayam Eva Svuratyada. With this blunt material sense, I'm not even able to see a microorganism with this blunt eyes. We have defective senses. How do I expect to see the Lord? So it's not possible to see Him. But Sevan Mukehi Jihvado. But once we start engaging our tongue in Krishna's service, then we can see Him. How can we involve our tongue in Krishna's service? Anyway, how do you use your tongue in Krishna's service? Yes, Prabhu. How do you use it?
Chanting. Chanting is
very
only.
Good. Chanting, that's good. And Sudipto, Prabhu, anything else? What else can we do? Chanting and one more thing, which is very interesting, and we never get bored doing that. Never get bored. While chanting, I've seen people sleeping.
By
with the
listening
tongue.
Oh, with the tongue.
That is through ears.
Okay. Okay, no idea, Mataji.
What is that? You'll never get bored. See, by listening Bhagavad Gita, you might feel sleepy. By chanting Hare Krishna, sometimes you might sleepy. But this is the only devotional process which nobody will sleep. And it's very interesting. Not reading, not kirtan, not bhajan.
By talking about Krishna's stories, saying Krishna's stories to others.
Yeah, something else, not preaching, something else. What does people like to do the most? When you go to ISKCON temples, what attracts you more? Yes, all of you are right in the chat. That's Krishna Prasad. You feel it, you can eat Krishna Prasad, you can taste. Nobody feels sleepy. Especially when you go to Jagannath Puri, Jagannath Mahaprasad is like, wow, Chappan Bhog and Janmashtami and all that. You'll never get bored. You'll never feel sleepy. The two things we do with that tongue is chanting the holy name and glorifying Him, Kirtan, Bhajan and all that, and tasting Krishna Prasad. Okay, today is Karma Yoga, action in Krishna consciousness. So we already learned in 3rd chapter about Karma Yoga, connecting to God through karma. Now today, Karma Yoga only, but in a Krishna conscious form. Okay. Yes, Murli Prabhu, anything there? No, right? Okay. Okay, so action in Krishna consciousness. I'm hearing some background noise. Okay, so in chapter 5, so there is again Arjuna's confused. Okay, Krishna is causing this confusion again and again to Arjuna. This sometimes when the movie directors know some kind of a very thriller movie and all that, there will be a lot of twists and turns in the movie, so that the audience will be like too excited to watch it. No, same way, Krishna is creating a lot of confusion to Arjuna, a lot of queries in Arjuna's mind, so that he can keep speaking Bhagavad Gita. It's not for Arjuna, it's for us. Renounce work or work with devotion. What should I do? Should I run off to put my bow and arrow, everything here and just run off? Or should I fight with devotion? And Nishkama Karma Yoga, that frees from bondage. What is Nishkama Karma Yoga? Can anyone quickly answer? Put in the chat also. Yesterday, day before yesterday, we learned 3 types of karma, vikarma, all that. In that, we learned Nishkama Karma. Nishkama. Yes, Sulojana Mataji. What do you mean by that?
Doing karma from our side, but not interested on the results, Mataji.
Yes, very good. So like an NGO association and all that, they do it without any fruitless desires. They're not attached to the fruits of the karma. Nishkama karma, and it frees you from bondage. Liberation by focusing on the supreme. So today also Krishna speaks about moksha and peace formula. What is that formula which by knowing that the whole world will become peaceful? So Arjuna is again confused. You know the 5 reasons why Arjuna lamented in the 1st chapter? Quickly. What are the 5 reasons Arjuna lamented? Just any 1 or 2.
Compassion,
Varsha, which
no
is that?
enjoyment,
Tell me 1.
sin, family tradition, and
yes.
indecision.
Yes. Very good. So this was Arjuna's condition. Before he was like very brave, but then this is what happened. So I heard a lecture in that the Prabhu was saying the stressful conditions in life make us feel that our throat is drying, we are sweating, we have palpitation. All this is symptoms of stress. Now Arjuna was also having these symptoms. Remember in the first chapter towards the end, he was saying Gandhi was falling from my hand and I'm just sitting on the chariot. So Arjuna was also going through a stressful situation. So why can't we compare Bhagavad Gita as a medicine for overcoming stress? Because at the end of Bhagavad Gita, spoken after 45 minutes, Arjuna was fully convinced and he was given the best psychological counseling by the Lord, the Supreme Lord. So yes, so we are also undergoing a lot of stressful situations, and in that we get a lot of answers from Bhagavad Gita. So Arjuna is confused. Arjuna Uvaja, the first sloka says, Sanyasam karmanam Krishna punar yogam cha samshasi yashreya etayor ekam tanme bruhi sunishchitam. Arjuna said, oh Krishna, first of all, you asked me to renounce work. And then again, you recommend work with devotion. Now, will you kindly tell me definitely which of the two is more beneficial? So put in the chat, is it first one or second one? First one is to renounce work, to run off to Himalayas and sit like this, or to work with devotion, to work. What should Arjuna do? You can put in the chat, 1 or 2. All of you agree? With 2, yes, work with devotion. That's what we should do. We should not just run off from everything. That's not the real way, right? You can't solve a situation by running off from it. You solve the situation by going into it. Right? You face it and then you solve. Just by running away from it, that's not the right thing. But yes, some situations are not in our hand. That time we have to leave to the higher authorities. We have to just leave to the Lord's hands. Then let him take care of it. Right? So Arjuna is asking, should I just renounce everything and go, or should I work with devotion? What activity? The soul needs activity. It can't be just idle. This devotional service is also activity. Once you get moksha, don't think we are just simply sitting there. Moksha, that is Sayuja Mukti, to be merging with the Lord. That is not the devotees want. The demons want that. We can never merge with the Lord. That's wrong. Actually, there is activity. The real devotional service starts after liberation. So this picture we already explained how a renouncing is happening, but externally he is fully attached to material things, right? Externally and internally. But this person, even though externally is a grihastha, he is still offering something to the Lord, and he is trying to be lead a simple life. So this is what we should not just leave everything and run off somewhere. That's not the right way to do, right? But if you are doing it for a good purpose, you're actually renouncing everything for a higher cause, then it's good. But not everyone can do that. So now Arjuna is asking, should I stop sowing the tree? When you plant the tree, that's a karma which we do. Should I stop doing it, or should I stop expecting the fruit? Like once you plant an apple tree, there will be a lot of apples coming. You will be expecting, oh, I'll get so many apples next, so many days later or months later. So should I stop expecting the fruit, or should I stop sowing the seed? Now Krishna speaks about nishkama karma, means to do everything without expecting anything in return. You do your karma, but you don't expect anything in return. Selflessly you work. The phala will come, the result will come. Lord will give you according to your karma. He will reward you accordingly, but you are not completely attached to it. Nishkama karma will liberate you, because yesterday we saw the law of karma, the dominus effect, right? You just keep doing karma again and again, you get bonded in this material world. But by doing nishkama karma, you can get moksha. Just by doing nishkama karma. It's not easy in the beginning. We'll be attached to the fruits, but slowly it will come. Shri Bhagavan Uvaja Sanyasa Karma Yogascha Nishreyasa Karau Ubhav Tayostu Karma Sanyasa Karma Yogo Vishishyate 5.2. You can see here Prabhupada is actually chanting in front of the Lord. He is doing kirtan. the Lord. The personality of Godhead replied, renunciation of work and work in devotion, both are good for liberation. Either you can do renouncement or you work with devotion. Both are good. But of the two, work in devotional service is better than renunciation of work. In devotional service is better. No, that's what. So what is Prabhupada doing? He's making Krishna Prasad. He's cooking. When Prabhupada went to America, he could not find an Indian store in 65. Then he walked, and so many places he went. Till that he was just having fruits because he could not eat all these American foods. No, all his god brothers also went to England and so many other places. They went in dhoti kurta and they came back with pant shirt and all. They went eating by hand, and while came back, they came with spoon and fork and all. But Prabhupada didn't go to take something from them. He went to give something. So when someone asked, the Britishers came to India and they ruled you. They took your pepper and that, there's so many spices and all that and came. What did you come for? Prabhupada is like, you forgot to take one thing from India, which is Sanatana Dharma, which is about to talk about the Lord. So I came to make you remember about the Lord. I came to give you something, not to take from you. And everyone is like, wow. So Prabhupada, initially, he used to walk to the Indian store. And whatever money he had, he used to purchase all that, the dal, rice and all. And he makes roti, sabji, dal, rice and feed it to, make it Krishna Prasad and feed it to all the hippies. And they were like, it was transcendental. Krishna Prasad is transcendental. And they could get that mercy from Prabhupada. So working with devotion is better than renouncement of work. Okay, but there is another condition also. When you do some work, you show your intention matters. Like there was a Maharaj called Riga. Okay, so he was very pious king, very rich king. So he used to give for charity. This is from Bhagavatam. And what he did, he gave a lot of cows to charity to one Brahmana. Okay, on one day. So the Brahmana was very happy. He blessed him and all, and he went. Among those cows, one cow by mistake came back to the kingdom. The king didn't know, and he got mixed with other cows. Second day, another Brahmana came for charity, and the king gave the same cow to another Brahmana. Now a lot of confusion happened. The first Brahmana came and told, this is my cow. The second Brahmana is like, no, this is my cow. The king gave it to me. So now the Brahmanas cursed the king to become a lizard. So later on, when Krishna saw the lizard, he understood the story behind the curse and he saved him. But here he was doing nice karma, he was doing pious activity, but his intention, he was not fully Krishna conscious. He was thinking, oh, these cows are all mine, but actually this is God's. Ishavasya idam sarvam. Everything what we have is the Lord's. Everything. We came barehanded to this world. We'll go back barehanded. When Alexander Great went back, in his coffin, he put his hands like this, that to show that I'm not taking anything when I go back. Nobody takes anything. We can't even take our body while to go back, right? So can we take anything else with us? No, nothing can be taken. So he thought everything belongs to him. He was not in fully Krishna conscious when he was doing charity. So charity can be done in different modes, goodness, passion and all that. So this was the problem he had. So your intention matters. That is very important. Okay. So he's saying, sowing the tree is your duty. You do your karma, but do it for me and I will take care of the fruit for you. So, ma phaleshu karmacha. Krishna says he'll take care of the fruits. You do your best, God will do the rest. That's what it says. That means we have to do our karma, but Krishna will take care of the fruits of the karma. It doesn't mean you do some sin, Krishna will take care of the sinful reaction. No, that is wrong. That is our desire. Desire to do wrong, that is actually against the Shastra. We're doing vikarma. When you do vikarma, we have to suffer the reaction. Right? But then if you really feel bad for doing the karma and then pray to the Lord, then he will definitely take care of the reaction. So if a non-devotee gets a lot of money, he thinks, oh, it's all mine, that me, my, nowadays, iPad, iPhone, so it's I, me, my, so that concept have come. But then a devotee, whatever he has, he says, it's Krishna's mercy. It's all his mercy. If Krishna didn't want me to have this, I wouldn't have had it. But it's all his mercy. Now, when a devotee gets some suffering, we are supposed to get so much suffering. Krishna makes it so much. But if we are supposed to get so much happiness, Krishna makes it so much. That's the speciality for devotees. For devotees, it's special for Krishna. Jnaya sa nitya sannyasi yona dveshti na kankshati nirdvando hi mahabaho sukam bandhat pramuchyate. One who neither hates nor desires the fruits of his activities is known to be always renounced. Such a person, free from all dualities, easily overcome material bondage and is completely liberated. O mighty armed Arjuna. So a person who is free from dualities. No, second chapter we learned matra sparshasta kaunteya shitoshna sukha dukkha. Happiness and distress keeps coming and going, right? But sometimes we get disturbed. But when you become a pure devotee, then there is no disturbance. So 3 types of devotees are there: Kanishta, Madhyama, Uttama. Kanishtas are neophyte devotees, it's just beginning. We just have little faith on the Lord, but we are not fully convinced. We still have all material desires and all that. When in Madhyama, they start recognizing the devotees of the Lord, and in Uttama, they are the best, the pure devotee state. So they do everything for the Lord. So this is monkey vairagya. Can anyone explain me monkey vairagya? I explained this once. What does the monkey do, and why is it compared to a renouncement of a monkey? Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Just mind is just like a monkey. It's keep going here and there always, and just like monkey from one branch to another branch.
Yes. So renouncing vairagya, how do you compare that? Vairagya means you detach everything and run off to Himalayas, like that Muni, sannyasi who had a phone and all that.
Phone, no?
Yes. So same thing. Like he was still attached to material things, but outside he was showing as if he's a sannyasi. This is called monkey vairagya, markada vairagya. So when Raghunath Das Goswami left everything and went to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told, don't do this. You are young, you have a wife to take care and be a grihastha. And stane sthita shrudikata tanuvan manopir. We have to stay wherever we are and still execute. That is the best process. Okay, so we should not try to be in monkey vairagya. Sanyasastu mahabaho dukkam aptum ayogada yoga yukto munir brahma nache renadhigacchati. So the 5th chapter has only 29 slokas, so it's a very short chapter. So the 6th sloka says, merely renouncing all activities yet not engaging in devotional service of the Lord cannot make one happy. So if you're not engaged in the devotional service of the Lord, because that's what makes us happy. Yatma suprasidadi. What makes the soul really happy? See, I had a friend who was undergoing some problems in life. So she tried different methods: psychological counseling. She went to a psychiatrist to get some sleeping pills. Then she went to a gym, yoga, and what not, Zumba class. There was some Zumba, right, going on. So with music, you dance and all that. Everything she tried, but she was not happy. Might be at that time when she went to the gym, she had some kind of happiness, because we know when we do exercise, there's endorphins produced, and that's the hormonal thing. But then after that, again, she's depressed. So was not working. But once she came to Krishna consciousness, once she got introduced to Bhagavad Gita, started chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. It started working on her. That process starts, the process works on you. So devotional service is the only one which makes you happy. Makes you, in the sense, your soul. You are the soul, you're not the body. Right? So you have nice moisturizer and deo and all that, if you put, there'll be some nice smell coming, aroma coming from your body. But how long? You'll sweat and again you'll feel bad. So how long? So the happiness which you get from your body is temporary. And in your mind, sometimes you get real peace, no? Sometimes you feel very peaceful. But the moment you hear some kind of bad news, anything, your mind get disturbed. So there is no peace. So the peace in the mind is also temporary. But the eternal happiness which the soul experiences is permanent. Nobody can destroy it. But a thoughtful person engaged in devotional service can achieve the supreme without delay. So if we take to devotional service, we can get the Lord easily. Liberation is open to you. Why? We'll see. Because that's the best process. So yesterday we were discussing about some 9 types of devotional service. Anyone remembers? Anything you remember? There were 9 types of devotional service. 9 ways to, yes, Vinesh Prabhu, you remember?
Prabhuji, Mataji, Hare Krishna. So some of the devotional services were hearing, chanting, offering obeisances, service to the deity. And
yes,
that's it.
Okay, thank you. Good. Very good. So Shravanam, Kirtanam he told, Vandanam he told. Meenakshi Mataji.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Mataji. It is Shraddha, Bhajan Kriya.
That is 9 stages of Bhakti. I'm asking 9 stages in devotion. That is stages, but these are types. Both are different. These are the types. How do you do devotional service? Okay, Radha Mataji.
Hare Krishna. It's Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Bhandanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, and Atmanivedanam.
Very good. Aratrika, you know that sloka?
Yes, Mataji. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanivedanam.
Vinivedanam. Very good. Yes. So these are 9 types of devotional service. 9 types. So what Matati was saying is the 9 stages of bhakti. Shraddha, sadhasanga, bhajana, kriya. That is the stages, how you advance in bhakti. These are the types of bhakti. First is we can Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanivedanam. The easiest way is Shravanam, Kirtanam. No, chant and hear, or hear about Lord. That is easiest way. Yoga Yukta Vishuddhatma Vijidatma Jitendriyaha Sarva Bhutatma Bhutatma Kurvan Apina Lipyate. One who works in devotion, who is a pure soul, and who controls his mind and senses, is dear to everyone, and everyone is dear to him. Though always working, such a man is never entangled. So, working in devotion means what? Arjuna was fighting the battlefield, but no karma bound Arjuna. But all the Kauravas and all were fighting the battle, but they got the sin. Why? Because they are working devotion. Arjuna was working for the Lord. Okay, by the way, Dhritarashtra, anyone knows the past history of Dhritarashtra? Why Dhritarashtra was born blind and why his 100 sons died in front of him? Anyone knows? He had a past history and he has a story behind that. And that's why he suffered this. Okay, so once what happened, Dhritarashtra 50 janmas before. Oh, Ameya Mataji, you know?
Yes, Mataji.
Oh, Prabhu, yes.
Okay, so I think the story goes like basically Dhritarashtra was going on a hunting, and then he saw like he thought he's going to hunt a deer. Okay, so while hunting a deer, he actually hunted. Basically, a man was carrying his parents, blind parents, to the jungle, to the forest, and he had gone to the lake to get water for them. So basically, what happened is he basically instead he thought that man was he was the son. He thought he was a deer and killed the son of those 2 parents. And so basically when he went there, he realized that he had not killed a deer, he had killed actually a man. So then when he went back to their to the parents and showed that and he went to apologize to them, saying that he killed his son. So then basically those 2 the blind parents who the son was carrying, they cursed him, and that's the reason why he was blind.
Okay, so this is not which I heard. And I'm putting, they're putting in the chat that this is about Dasharatha story. This is a wrong story. Yeah, it's the story of Dasharatha. Okay, so this is actually what happened is, yeah, Sulochana Mataji, you know? I can't hear you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Just I want to say that earlier Prabhuji told that is the Dasharatha Maharajuka story. That person is, he killed Nachketa. He has the blind parents. That's why Ram.
Dhritarashtra story, you don't know?
No, I don't know, Mataji. Sorry, just
okay. No problem. Yeah, that is Dashara. Okay. So Dhritarashtra, he killed actually 100 eggs of a bird. Okay. So a bird was actually just went to fetch something, but the time when he came back, he saw his 100 eggs were broken because of because he was a hunter. 50 janmas before. Okay, 50 janmas before he was 50 janmas before he was a hunter, and then 100 eggs were broken. So what happened? That bird saw his 100 children dying in front of his eyes. So it was kind of a curse to him. Okay, and he was acting as if he's blind. So because in front of the mother bird or father bird, he killed all the eggs, and that was one curse. But everyone asked, Dhritarashtra did that 50 janmas before, and after 50 janmas, he became Dhritarashtra, and then his 100 sons died. Why? He could have immediately taken next janma and suffered the reaction. The reaction because he had 100 sons, right? To have a son, because a son will deliver you from a kind of a hell. Putra means someone who saves you because they do your kriyas and all that. So that's why many they ask for a son. So to have a son, you should have a lot of pious deeds you have done. Okay, so Dhritarashtra took 50 birds to enjoy to have those pious activities, to do punya. So all his punya accumulated, and after 50 janma he got 100 sons. So he was waiting till the punya to be accumulated, but then his sinful reaction came back and all his 100 sons were gone. So Pandu had 5 sons and all were great, and he had 100 sons, but what use he had, because all of them were doing adharma, right? One who works with devotion can control his mind and senses, and is dear to everyone because he doesn't torture anyone. Okay, so chanting the holy name, hearing and chanting the holy name is the best method prescribed in Kali Yuga. That's the easiest way. Nama sankirtanam yasya sarva papa pranashanam pranamau dukkha shamanastam namamin harim param. The last sloka of Srimad Bhagavatam says, Nama sankirtanam yasya sarva papa pranashanam. So that's the ultimate goal. We have to end all our sinful reactions and try to go back. So Nama Sankirtan is the best process. Brahmani adaya karmani sangam tyaktva karotiya lipyatena sa papena patmapatram ivambasha. One who performs his duty without attachment, surrendering the results unto the Supreme Lord, is unaffected by sinful action, as the lotus leaf is untouched by water. This we have discussed already, right? How a lotus leaf is, it is not attached to the water. So that means he is doing some activity, but he's not attached to it. So same way, when you surrender the results to the Lord, Sarva Krishna Arpanamaste, everything is to the Lord, then you perform without attachment. You're doing it, but you're not attached to it. Kayena manasa buddhya kevalai indriyar api yogina karma kurvanti sankam tyaktvatma shuddhaye. 11th sloka says, the yogis abandoning attachment act with body, mind and intelligence, and even with senses, only for the purpose of purification. So their body, mind, words, everything is for the Lord, and they do it for purification. Actually, this why you are chanting Hare Krishna mantra is we're getting purified. See, in order to go to the sun planet, you should have a body made up of fire. Otherwise, you can't go there. It doesn't match. Same way, now our material body is made up of earth, water, fire, air, ether. In order to go to the spiritual world, our soul should be pure. Now it's fully contaminated with all kama, krodha, moha, and all. So by chanting Hare Krishna, it's actually a purification process. You close a room for so many years, suddenly you open it and clean it, all the dust will go, right? Accumulated for years. So same way, so many janmas, we are doing so many anarthas and sin, but just by chanting and hearing, Shrinvata Sukata Krishna, Punya Shravana Kirtana, Hrudendasti Abhadrani, Vidunoti Suhrusatam, just by hearing Punya Shravana Kirtana, these words of Bhagavad Gita,
We'll just wait. She just dropped off. She's coming back. again she dropped out. I think it will take a little more time for her to come back.
Can you hear me now? Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Ram Hare. Hare Krishna. Oops. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Ram Ram. Murli Prabhu, is it clear?
Mataji, no, the screen is not showing.
Screen is not come. Your audio only is audible.
The screen is not coming?
Not yet.
Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Krishna. Now? Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Now?
Mataji, it's not visible.
Not yet, not yet.
Okay, I just... Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna. Varka, can you chant till then? I'll join in 2 minutes. Hare Krishna, Krishna.
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. Barka, can you hear me?
Yes, Mataji.
Maybe you're not able to see my screen.
Ma'am, Mataji, it is sharing.
Okay.
The screen has not yet come on.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram Hare. I don't know why this network is making problem. Okay, can you see me now? No. Okay, one second. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Okay, so this chapter is basically about how to work or do karma in Krishna consciousness. Like when we, so third chapter we learned karma yoga, right? What to just work for work, just that do our karma. But this is karma, action in Krishna consciousness. Okay, so can you see now? Is it visible?
Yes,
Yeah,
Mataji, it has come now.
Now.
Okay. Okay, so Arjuna was having a doubt whether to renounce the work or work with devotion. And then we saw the example of a lotus leaf, how to work without attachment, and how the great yogis, they use their body, mind, and intelligence and senses for purification. Okay, so we saw that. And then in 12th sloka it says, Yukta karma phalam tyaktva shantim apnodi naishtikim ayukta kama karena phale sakto nibadhyate. The steadily devoted soul attains unadulterated peace because he offers the result of all activities to the Lord. Whereas a person who's not in union with the divine, who's greedy for the fruits of his labor, becomes entangled. Okay, so who becomes entangled is who wants the fruit of the result, right? He becomes entangled. Okay, so this is Advaita Acharya. You can see in the picture, he's Advaita Acharya. He worshipped Shalagram Shila with tulsi leaves and Ganges water so that the Lord can appear. And then the Lord came as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So he was praying for the Lord to appear so that the fallen souls in Kali Yuga is delivered. That is, he's working for the Lord and he's not entangled. But a person who's working for the fruits will get entangled, okay, with karma. Sarva karmani manasa sanyasaste shukam vasi navadvare pure dehi naiva kurvanna karayan. When the embodied living being control his nature and mentally renounce all actions, He resides happily in the city of 9 gates, the material body, neither working nor causing work to be done. So there are 9 gates in our body. Like we have 2 eyes, 2 nostrils, 2 ears, 1 mouth, and the genitals and the rectum. So there are 9 gates. Okay. And when the soul leaves the body, the soul can go through these 9 gates. So we give bath to the to honor the body of the person who leaves, right, after the death. So there is some ceremony and all happening. So when there is given a bath, some people say they see kind of a blood stain from the mouth or from the nose, sometimes from the ears and all that. And sometimes, so these are the 9 gates through which the soul, so wherever you see the blood stain, that means the soul escaped the body through that gate, that opening. But some people have blood stains on this place where there is the over the top part of the head, and when the soul leaves the body through that means that person have got liberation. That's how they reach samadhi. Okay, that's it, they got to samadhi. Okay, so when we control our nature, then we renounce all our actions and we become happy. Now, this is an important sloka which says, Pandit will see everyone equal. Vidya vinaya sampanne brahmane gavihastini shuni chaiva swapake cha pandita samadarshina. A humble sage by virtue of true knowledge sees with equal vision a learned and gentle brahmana, a cow, an elephant, dog, and a dog eater. So he sees everyone equal. Why? Can anyone answer this question? Why does a Pandit sees everyone equal? Yes, Prabhu.
Mataji, Hare Krishna, Dhanavad Pranam. Mataji, a sannyasi will see everyone. I mean, Pandita Samadarshana means he actually understands that he is Paramatma is in everyone.
Yes. So that's because Krishna is in a heart as Paramatma, and not only our heart. He says, Ishvara sarva bhutanam hridesharjuna tishtati. Sarvasya chaham hridhi sannivishtam. I am there in every living entity's heart. That's what Krishna says. He says Paramatma. So that means he's not only in the human being's heart. He's in the heart of an animal, I mean, an elephant, a cow, or a dog, anyone. So a Pandit knows that the Paramatma, the Lord, is present in everyone's heart. That's why we say this body is also a temple, Kshetra. And Vaishnavas put tilak over the 13 places in the body. Why? Because we treat this body, which is given, it's a rare gift from the Lord. And the body is considered to be a temple. Wherever the Lord resides is a temple. So in our heart, there is Paramatma. We realize it or not, there is. Not only in our heart, in every living entity's heart. So a Pandit sees everyone equal. Pandita Samadarshina. He sees the Paramatma present in each and every body. So he sees that and he worships that. So 21. Bahya sparshe sva ashaktatma vindanti atmaniyat sukham sabhrahma yoga yuktatma sugam akshayam anushyate. Ashnute, such a liberated person is not attracted to material sense pleasure, but is always in trance, enjoying the pleasure within. In this way, the self-realized person enjoys unlimited happiness, for he concentrates on the supreme. So a self-realized, see, God realization and self-realization. What is the difference? Can anyone explain what is God realization, what is self-realization? Is there any difference or what is it? You can put in the chat also. Yes, Varsha, what is it?
God realization is that you know God and you get attached to God, but self-realization is that you get to know that Paramatma lives inside you and resides in your heart.
And also, what else? In the second chapter also we learned something. Paramatma is there, but who are we?
We are spirit souls.
So that is also self-realization. So God realization and self-realization will go hand in hand. Okay, unless you know who we are, how do we know the God, who God is, right? Unless we know who Atma is, how do we know Paramatma? No, so that is the difference. So we have to know ourselves. So it goes hand in hand. Okay, if you don't want to realize God, still if you want to realize yourself. When Sanatana Goswami met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he asked one question. Keyami. Who knows Bengali in this class? Keyami means what? Anyone who yes, Prabhu, you are from Mayapur. I mean,
what is your question, madam?
Keami. Keami matlab means what? Keami.
No
idea.
No idea.
That's actually it's Bengali, right? Yana Mataji, what is it?
Krishna Mataji, yes, it's who am I?
Yeah, who am I? Keami means who am I? So Sanatana Goswami asked the first question is, who am I? He's a great Pandit. He's a scholar, but still he's asking Mahaprabhu, who am I? That means what am I, or what is my real self? So I'm a spirit soul. And once you know your soul, then you should know, what am I supposed to do? Being the soul, what am I supposed to do? Right? That we will learn later. What are we supposed to do actually? Devotional service. That is what we should do. So this is Haridas Thakur, who was a great devotee of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You can read about him. He was born in a Muslim family, but still he used to chant 3 lakh names of the holy name of the Lord. And he was known as Nama Acharya of Nama. Okay. And he was, so many times he was tested by Maya and prostitutes, but to give up chanting, no, he never gave up chanting. Instead, he made them also devotees. So Prabhupada always used to make everyone happy wherever he goes, and he was never touched by Maya. Yehi samsparsha jaboga dukka yonaya evate adi anvanta kaunteya nate shuramate buddha. An intelligent person does not take part in the source of misery, which are due to contact with the material senses. O son of Kunti, such pleasures have a beginning and an end, and so the wise man does not delight in them. So all the material pleasures we enjoy, it has a beginning and an end. See, I got a phone and I'm so happy, but the moment it's broken, again I'm sad. So material happiness is like that. So you can see here, there is a light to which all the small insects get attracted, and they die. They die because it's so hot, but they just get attracted to the light. And a male elephant is attracted to a female elephant in the forest, and he's made to fall in a pit, and he's caught. So he also got attracted. And a bee inside the lotus will get trapped there, drinking the honey, thinking that I'm enjoying. But then when it's night, the lotus closes and the honeybee suffers there and dies. So material happinesses are all temporary. The moment you realize this, that's when your spiritual life starts. When you realize that I can never be happy in this material life, whatever I try, I can never be happy, because my real happiness is in the spiritual life. Fish, okay, you take the fish outside the water, will it be happy? You give an AC room for the fish, you give a nice bowl made up of gold or diamonds and precious jewels and whatever you give to the fish, unless the fish is put in the water, it doesn't get oxygen and it can't live. Same way, like a fish is struggling without water, the soul is struggling without spiritual life. The moment you give spiritual life to the soul, it becomes active and it's so happy. And that happiness, nobody can buy. No money in this world can buy that happiness. That much happiness your soul becomes. And we get so attached to the material things. We say, my house is gone, broken, and this. But a devotee thing, it's all Krishna's plan. Everything is Krishna's plan. Why should I be worried? Mrityu sarva harascha aham. Death will take everything from you one day, right? We can't just tell Yamaraj, please wait. We can't say that. We have to go. So this is a sloka for tomorrow. You have to learn this sloka. Please note it down. Very important sloka for the day. Yes, Aratrika chant.
Bhoktaram yajna tapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram suhardam sarvabhutanam nyatva mam shanti mrichati.
What does this mean, Barka? The peace formula, what is it?
Hare Krishna Mataji. Krishna is the supreme controller, Krishna is the supreme enjoyer, and Krishna is the well-wisher friend.
Very good. So this is the peace formula, the last sloka of this chapter. Very important sloka. Please try to remember. Bhoktaram yajna tapasam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram Suhridam Sarva Bhutanam Nyatva Mam Shanti Mrichati. So when I learn sloka, means it's better to learn word to word meaning. In Bhagavad Gita, Prabhupada gives word to word meaning. Bhoktaram Yajna Tapasam. Then it's easy to remember. Don't have to mug up the slokas. Understand the meaning and then it's easy to remember. Bhoktaram Yajna Tapasam. Krishna is the Bhokta. Bhokta means he's the enjoyer of all the tapas, whatever yajna we do. Sarvaloka Maheshwaram, and he's the controller of the whole world. Suhridam Sarva Bhutanam. He is the best friend or well-wisher of all living entities. Sarva Bhutanam. Nyatva Mam Shanti Richati. Ones who knows this get real peace. Shanti. So this is a sloka for the day. A person in full consciousness of me, knowing me to be the ultimate beneficiary of all sacrifice, austerities, the supreme lord of all planets and demigods, the benefactor and the well-wisher of all living entity, attains peace from the pang of material misery. So this is the peace formula which Krishna says, if you know Krishna is the supreme enjoyer, then you don't have to struggle so hard and feel that I'm enjoying. Nobody can enjoy anything. No fight will be there in the world if you know this. No, because he is the supreme enjoyer. And Krishna is the supreme controller. We think we are controlling the house. Actually, we are not. The Lord is controlling everything. Right? Everything is under his control. So he is the supreme controller and he is our only well-wishing friend. The so-called friends in this material world can betray us. Nobody will come with us when the soul leaves the body. It's the Paramatma, the super soul comes with us, not only in one life, in 84 lakh species of life. In this Janma, the so-called relatives is only for this Janma. Next Janma, we go into different family, different species, who knows. But then the Paramatma follows you. Why? He's your well-wishing friend, only well-wishing friend. So whatever Krishna makes things happen in your life, it's for good. But you can't realize it now. Time will prove it. So Krishna is the supreme enjoyer. He's a supreme controller. He's a well-wishing friend. Okay. So when Brahma saw Krishna eating food with his friends in Vrindavan, Govardhan, he thought of doing some kind of mischiefs. He wanted to test whether the small boy is the Lord. And so he kidnapped all the friends and the cowherd boys. Okay. And kept in his world, Brahmalok. But then Krishna knew this plan. So he expanded to be his friends. And 1 year he did that pastime. And then when Brahma came back, he saw all his friends sitting there and eating. And that was all the Vishnu forms. That was Krishna himself. And then Brahma came and he asked for forgiveness. So even Brahma could get bewildered or confused, or he could not trust the Lord. What about us? So, but we can get this idea from Bhagavad Gita and try to be happy. Krishna is the supreme controller, he's the supreme enjoyer, and he's our well-wishing friend. So concentrate on your goal, do your work and focus not on the result. Okay, so we have to focus on the goal and work for it, but then not on the result. So while chanting, we can always remain eternally happy. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Sorry for the net